Hello everyone, how are you? Good evening. All right, hello everyone, welcome. So for those of you who are joining us, welcome back again. I see that we have Danielle, Gabriel, Tatiani, Isabella. Welcome all, glad to see you guys back again. How was your weekend? Good? We're going to give everybody a few more minutes to join, and then we're going to begin our class today about phrasal verbs and idioms. Hello, Natalia. How was everybody's weekend? Did you guys do anything fun this weekend? Now in the everyone, I think we're back. Okay, so welcome everyone. Thank you all for being patient while we got some things resolved here. I want to welcome you all to our class this evening. For those of you who are joining my name is Janetta. I am a teacher here at Seed Idiomas in Minas Gerais. And tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about common phrasal verbs and idioms. All right, so I want to welcome you all again. Also, for you to know, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel here on YouTube, I recommend that you please subscribe to our channel, Seed Idiomas, here on YouTube. With this channel, you will be able to All right, I think we are back again. So let's see here. What exactly is a phrasal verb? So a phrasal verb is a phrase which consists of a verb in combination with either an adverb or a preposition, or can be both. It is either preceding or succeeding it. So you'll either find it before or after. Now, the meaning of a phrasal verb is different than that of its constituent parts. So for example, a phrasal verb is a verb with an adverb or preposition. So let's look at here at some common phrasal verbs that we have. So let's see here. The first one, bring up. Bring up. I want in the comments, what do you think this phrasal verb means? Bring up. Any ideas? What do you think this means? Have you heard of this before? So, to bring up something means to mention something. Now, this phrase can be either used together, bring up, or the two parts of this phrase, bring and up, can be separated in the sentence. For example, there can be a word in the middle. So, for example, I can say, Mark was sick and had to miss the party. So, please don't bring it up. I don't want him to feel bad for missing it. All right. So when we don't want to mention something to somebody, or when we want to mention something. So if we don't want to mention something, we can say don't bring it up. Or if we want to mention something, then we say to bring it up. All right. What about call off? So when we call off something, any ideas of what this phrasal verb means? Let's seek some comments here. All right, so to call off means to cancel something. For example, this was called off because of the rain. The picnic was canceled because of the rain. So when you have to cancel for some reason, you can call them off. All right, let's see another one here. Cheer up. Have you heard of this before? What does cheer up mean? Any ideas? Let's see some comments. All right, so cheer up. This phrase can either be used as a phrase of encouragement said to someone who seems sad. For example, cheer up, just by itself. Or it can mean to try to make someone happier. So if you just say it by itself, cheer up, it can be said just as a word of encouragement. Good, a lot of you guys got it right. Gabriel, Laura, so to improve your mood, to make someone feel better. Very good, excellent. So I can say, Andrew was having a bad day, so his girlfriend cheered him up by taking him out for ice cream. Right, so he was having a bad day, he was sad, but to make him feel better or to make him happier, she cheered him up by taking him out for ice cream. Now, when you are having a bad day, I want you guys to tell me, when you're having a bad day, what can somebody do to cheer you up? For example, when I am having a bad day, chocolate always cheers me up. I love chocolate. Or when I'm having a bad day, sometimes just relaxing and taking a few minutes to myself or being by myself for some time cheers me up. So I want you guys to tell me, what is something that cheers you up having a bad day? Maybe going to the gym, trying to talk to a friend or a family member that you're really close to. So going out with his friends can cheer him up. Excellent. Good. With her friends. Good. Excellent, Isabella. Perfect. Good examples, guys. Natalia says eating acai cheers her up when she's having a bad day. Good. Excellent. All right. Good. So let's look here at come up. Now, come up can have two different meanings. So the first one is to think of an idea. For example, I came up with this idea for a TV show about a woman living with her best friend and daughter. I call it 2.5 Women. Maybe you know this show. It's actually called 2.5 Men. It's about men living together with their best friend and they have a son. Have you seen it? It's a very good show. So, come up can mean to think of an idea. And the second example, come up, can mean to bring up a topic or when something happens unexpectedly. So, for example, to bring up a topic, I can say, I wanted to tell her that I got a new job, but the chance never came up. All right, so I never had the chance to bring up this topic of me getting a new job. Or if we want to talk about an unexpected occurrence, I can say, I was going to meet my friends for dinner, but something came up, so I had to cancel. So, for example, I was going to meet my friends for dinner, but something came up. Maybe something unexpected happened, like my car broke down. So, I had to cancel my plans. What about drop by or drop in? You can say either one, but they both mean the same thing. Drop by or drop in. Have you heard of this before? Any ideas what it means? So, to drop by or to drop, what about get away? So, to get away. What do you think this phrasal verb means? Any ideas? So, to get away can mean to escape. For example, Carmen's neighbor tried to show her pictures of all her cats, but Carmen managed to get away. She managed. Can you imagine? Sometimes, for example, when I'm walking, I said escape, to get out of a situation. Good. Exactly. Perfect. Good job, Samuel and Tatiani. So, what about to hold back? I need to hold back on something. To hold back means to stop yourself from doing or saying something. For example, I can say, Amy has a great when she sings, but whenever she's singing in public, she feels shy and holds back. So she's shy, and because of holds back, she stops herself from singing to her greatest potential. So whenever you from doing or saying something, then you are holding back. Now we have another one, to work out. Now many times we hear the expression to work out means to, for example, to go to the gym, do some fitness activities. We have to work out. But what about work something out? What does this mean, to work? Any ideas? So here we have this picture of this little man. He's running up a set of stairs, and we see we have the problem, the solution, and then ultimately success. So to work something out means to come up with a solution or a compromise with someone. So for example, I can say, don't worry, I'm sure we can work something out so that everyone is happy. So don't worry, I'm sure we can come to a solution or a compromise so that everyone is happy. So now let's look here. What exactly is an idiom? We just talked about many phrasal verbs, but how is this different than an idiom? So, idioms are groups of words in a specific order that form an expression whose meaning is different from that of the usual meaning of its constituent parts or words. So for example, if you only look at the words of the idiom by themselves, they have a different meaning than when they are together in the phrase. So, idioms are usually special to one language and do not usually have a correct translation into another language. For example, idioms in Portuguese are different than idioms in English. So for example, if I translate an idiom from Portuguese to English, it might not have the same meaning. All right, let's look at this first example. This first example of an idiom is to twist someone's arm. So if we look at this as a literal translation, to twist means to and then someone's arm. So can you imagine taking somebody's arm and going like this with it? Obviously, that's not what it means, right? Have you ever heard of this expression before, to twist someone's arm? Any idea of what it might mean? Let's see some comments. So, now to twist someone's arm. If your arm has been twisted, someone has convinced you to do something that you might not have wanted to do. And if you twist someone else's arm, you're great at convincing them. And they finally agreed to do something after you've been begging them multiple times. So, if your arm has been twisted, someone has convinced you to do something. Or if you twist someone else's arm, you convince them to do something. So, for example, if we look at this dialogue, if I talk to my friend, I say, you should really come to the party tonight. You know, I can't. I have to hit the books. I have to study. Come on. You have to. It's going to be so much fun. Please come. Say, all right. You've twisted my arm. I'll come. Oh, okay. You have convinced me. I will come. Excellent. Good. So Tatiana got it right. Good job. And some of you have never heard this expression. So good. At least you learned something new today, right? All right. Good. Let's take a look at the next one. To lose your touch. So if we look at this as a literal meaning, to lose means that you can't find something. And then your touch, so the actual sensation of touch. What do you think this means, to lose your touch? Any ideas? So, to lose your touch means that you lose an ability or talent you once had when dealing with things, people, or situations. So, for example, I can say, you should practice speaking English every day so that you don't lose your touch. All right. So, for example, if you stop to speak English every day and you go a long time without speaking English, then you're going to lose your touch or your ability to be able to speak English at the same fluency or make more grammatical errors, things like this. Now, a way that you can make sure that you don't lose your touch is by subscribing to the Seed Idiomas YouTube channel. By subscribing to our channel, you will not lose your touch because you will be able to watch a lot of our videos that are pre-recorded, as well as get a lot of helpful tips and tricks on different ways to study English, review different topics, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, etc. So make sure, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, that you subscribe to our channel so you don't lose your touch in speaking English. Now, what about to pitch in? So to pitch in, now if we look at this by itself, these words are very different. So to pitch means, for example, in the baseball game, when you throw the ball, you pitch the ball. So pitch is another word for throw. Also, pitch can be like the intonation of your voice. So when I change the intonation of my voice, I'm changing the pitch of my voice. For example, I go up and then I go down. So this is me changing my pitch. But here you see we have a lot of people sitting together. They look like they're maybe working on something. Maybe they're in a group. So to pitch in. To pitch in means that everyone should join in on the efforts to do something so that things can get done quicker. So, for example, I can say, everyone should pitch in and clean the house so that we can go to the party later. So, for example, if everyone comes together and helps, then we can get the house cleaned faster and then we can all go to the party. What about to blow off steam? Now, here we have this lady. Does she look really happy? She clearly has smoke coming out of her ears, right? So to blow off steam, so to blow means to, if we look at the literal meanings, to blow means to push air out of your mouth, so to blow. Or for example, I can say the wind blows the trees. All right. So some type of movement with air. Off means to off. All right. So for example, to turn something off. And then steam is like the vapor that comes from hot water. So to blow off steam. So if you're feeling really angry, stressed, or experiencing some strong feelings, and you want other, and the way for him to sort of de-stress, release his anger, to feel better again, is to blow up by running. Now, I want you guys to tell me, what are some ways that you blow off steam? So imagine you are really angry about something, or you had a really stressful day. How do you blow off steam? What do you do to make yourself feel better? Sometimes when I fight with my siblings, I blow off steam by leaving the house and going for a walk. So just by getting environment and going for a walk, trying to be like Gandhi and be tranquil and clear my mind, then that's how I blow off steam. So what are some ways that you guys blow off steam? Let's see some examples here. So when people scream a lot, I blow off steam. But how do you blow off steam, Tatiana? What do you do? After people scream a lot, this makes you angry, of course, yes. But then what do you do to blow up steam? How do you relax and be tranquil again? So let's see, Wagner says, when I am not in quarantine, I blow off steam. Good, excellent. But remember, when we're talking about blowing off steam, we are doing something to help us to relax. So what are you doing? Let's see, Lara says, I like to stay a little bit closer to nature to blow off steam. Exactly. Good example, Lara. That's correct. Good. So Samuel says, to blow off steam, I go outside to stay by myself. Good. Exactly. Perfect. So blow off, after you say blow off steam, you want to give the result of what do you do to help you to relax. Good. This one was a little bit more complicated, but now you have the idea. All right, so what about if I say up in the air? So up in the air. So for example, if we look at this picture, we see that the father threw the girl up in the air. Well, this is obviously the literal meaning, right? So something up in the air. But any ideas of what this means? So Agnes says, I need to run to blow off steam. Exactly. Good. Good example. Tatiana says, I blow off steam by doing yoga classes. Yoga classes are very good, right? They are a good way to become zen, to relax, to find inner peace. Good. All right, let's see here. What about up in the air? So, what about if I say to pay an arm and a leg for something? So imagine to pay with money, an arm and a leg for something. Obviously, it's possible. You're not going to give somebody your arm or your leg in a trade for something, right? If I say that I'm going to pay, that I paid an arm and a leg for something, do you think it's something that's very expensive or something that's cheap? So let's see here. What do you think? Expensive or cheap? So, to pay an arm or a leg for something, like Samuel says, it means that it's very expensive. Exactly. Good job, Samuel and Tatiana. So, to pay a lot of money for something. We can also say that something costs an arm and a leg. So it's a similar expression that we can also say. For example, the price of chocolate has doubled. I nearly paid an arm and a leg for a small candy bar. Or for example, if we talk about hand sanitizer. So the alcohol and gel that we're using a lot now during the quarantine. We can say that the price of hand sanitizer has nearly doubled or tripled during the quarantine, and I nearly paid an arm and a leg to buy my hand sanitizer when I went to the pharmacy. All right, what about a rule of thumb? A rule of thumb. Now, if we look at these words by themselves, they don't make really any sense because we have rule, like, I don't know how to explain rule. We have rule, which is like a meaning or a way that you have to do something. And then we have thumb, which is this part, this finger of your hand. Instead, just general principles, all right? So it's just a general rule that somebody may believe, but it's not something that's backed by science or research. For example, I can say, as a rule of thumb, first dates, a man should always pay for his date's dinner. All right? So if this is someone's opinion, then this is what they say is their rule of thumb. All right? Now, under the weather. So here we have the words under the weather. If we look at the literal translation, under means to be below something, right? And then weather is like the climate. So for example, the weather is hot, cold, rainy, sunny, cloudy. All right. So to say that somebody is under the weather, here we have the girl who's under the weather, which is rain, right? But this is the literal translation. If we look at the real meaning of it, it means that you are not feeling yourself or that you're feeling a little bit sick. So if you're feeling under the weather, you're not your usual self and you could be feeling a little sick. For example, Your sister's feeling a little under the weather, so be quiet and let her rest. Your sister's feeling a little sick, so be quiet and let her rest. All right, guys, so that was our topic for this evening. I hope you guys learned a lot of new phrasal verbs as well as idioms, and to learn their meanings, because they usually don't have the literal translation meanings. So hopefully now you guys can use some of these phrasal verbs and idioms in your upcoming conversations and to impress some more people with your increased advanced level of English. In regards to Thursday's class, just so that you're aware, I will not be the teacher on Thursday. We're going to have Kaye, who is the coordinator of Drama Lavage. He's going to be teaching this class for you on Thursday, because I'm actually pregnant and I am expecting my baby on Thursday. So I'm scheduled to give birth on Thursday, so I won't be teaching our class. But I have really enjoyed our classes together. I hope you guys have been getting a lot out of these lessons. If you are joining for the first time, or you guys want to review something, definitely go back, watch the other classes, and definitely continue to attend these future classes as well. Kaye is an excellent teacher, and he has a lot of really nice topics planned for you guys as well. So it was great having class with you all. I wish you all the best of luck. Enjoy your upcoming classes with Kaye. And if you need anything, you can still contact me via Telegram. If you're not a member of our group, we'll leave the link here for you guys. All right. And for future reference, this class will be recorded so that it has a better quality and without any interruptions. I know we had some lags in the transmission of the stream. All right, and I'm going to send you tonight's presentation so that you can review for future reference, as well as an exercise of phrasal verbs. All right, so good luck with everything. Thank you for joining us. If you are free this evening, follow us on Instagram, and we're going to be having a live tonight with Kaye from Drama Lavage, as well as an American, Donna, who's currently living in New Jersey, and they're talking about politics and things like this. So it'll be really nice if you can join us. Follow us on Instagram, and I hope to see you guys then. All right, guys, bye-bye. Have a good night. See you.